So let's get right into it, right? We're still, warmed up from the last video. So trading view part 2, right? So we already know chart hygiene. We know we want to have these colors. We know the candlesticks have to be these colors. You guys see blue and red, black wicks. My box was pretty much like, let's see what color the head and shoulders was. Oh, wow. So I don't have any color in the head and shoulders. Pretty interesting, right? So you guys can do this way. You guys can do the other way. I'll actually add a little light color like that, maybe. Whatever. It's not important right now. So we're not going to talk about what pairs do I trade. I get this question asked so much. What pairs do you trade? How many pairs? How many pairs? All right, cool. Simple. Actively right now, I'm trading all of these pairs. That doesn't mean I'm in a position in every single one of these pairs. I'm simply analyzing the market on these pairs, waiting for them to give me my entry signal, my confirmations to take the trade. Now, I actively watch all of these markets. So you can go ahead, pause the video, add these to your watch list. How do you add a pair to your watch list? Glad you asked. We'll do it again. So let's say you want to add GBP, JPY. You'll come here, you'll click Oanda. And if you want to section off based off of a color, you just come here and you put a color to whatever group you want. So this is the group that I actively have. So let's say right now we have GBP, JPY. This is the color blue. If I unclick it, this GBP, JPY disappear? No. You simply click this list right here. So I have a blue list, green list, orange list, purple, and then your total watch list. So if I come here to my total watch list, you'll notice that GBP, JPY has to be somewhere here. Okay, look right here. So you see, if I unclick it, it won't pop up in the blue section. If I click it again, it'll pop up back in the blue section. So I have all of these other pairs, but I kind of started removing them because I just didn't like them. It was either too expensive to trade them or simply wasn't just clean to me. These markets didn't give me clean market structure. So I just have my tailored 17 pairs that I watch, but I don't actively trade. Again, if you guys are part of this, you guys are probably already part of Sunday Swings, where I pretty much just analyze all of these pairs on Sunday and I pick the top 5, top 3, top 2, top 1, whatever the market gives me that makes the most sense for the week. Very simple analogy for this. The first thing that comes to my mind is, let's say you have, I don't know, an embroidery shop. Let's say you make shirts or you make logos on shirts. You have all of these clients that come to you, but you're only going to pick the ones that are going to give you bulk, right? You're only going to pick the ones that have 100 shirts, 200 shirts, or whatever is a lot for that type of business. You're not going to pretty much focus on anybody that has 1 or 2 shirts. They're still your clients, but these are your priority for this week. It's the same thing. These are all of my pairs, but these are my priority for this week. Just because I'm not trading it this week doesn't mean they're not my pairs. No, they just don't make sense right now. They're not bringing me business. So I simply don't trade them. GJ for this week is actually nice. So I'm going to put it back up there. So for this week, my watch list, I believe it is something like this. I believe I was watching all of these pairs. I could be wrong. I would have to double check, but that's unimportant right now. My purple list, it is my cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, other cryptos I am involved in, which I am down like 100,000%, pretty much lost all of my money, but it's just, my crypto section. But what matters is my blue section, and that's pretty much all of my pairs. Also, this is going to be kind of a little trick, maybe something a little bit out of pocket, but it's just, you guys will see it in the future, and how just to kind of give you guys an advance. So let's say right now you guys are better buyers or sellers. Again, I'm just showing you guys this because we're in the trading view section. So let's say you're a better seller versus a buyer. You can just pull up to this chart. You could pretty much right click on this section right here. So if you just zoom in and out, this is how it would be. If you want to pretty much put this in the middle, you would move this up a little bit, and now you're in full control of the chart. So if you want to write some notes, you can just drag it to the left. You have all this white. But if for whatever reason you want to flip your chart, you just right click here, you click invert scale, and now the chart pretty much flips around, and now you're looking at as if it were to be sells. I only do this for some examples because some students, they, for whatever reason, they're better sellers versus buyers. So that's kind of a little bit of a trick. If you're a newbie, trust me, this, like, if you're seeing this at the beginning, you're ahead of the game. I didn't figure this out until like 3 years in. So this was huge for me because I personally think I'm a better seller. Sometimes I'm a better buyer, but that pretty much is, it's not a fact. It doesn't really make much, doesn't really make sense. The EMA that I use, I was going to make a whole section on this, but I go everything over on the Guided Bootcamp Live. EMA, pretty much just search it up. You can go to indicators, you can add your EMA, and then you would pretty much search up EMA. Once it pops up, all you have to do is double click it. Once you double click it, I have the length is 50. The source is close, offset is 0, style. I have a blue line. It's not, any of these other ones, just a simple blue line, and then it's visible on all time frames. How do I use the EMA? How do I trade it? Everything is on the Guided Bootcamp, all of those videos. I don't need it. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. This is simply a added confluence. Notice what I'm saying. I know this probably is just very beginner to you guys, but in the bootcamp videos, everything is said perfectly. It is an added confluence. Let's say right now you're gonna go buy a car. You're not gonna buy the car because they wash it for you. It's almost like an extra. It's the same thing here. This is not gonna determine my trade whether I'm above or under the EMA. It's just an add-on. If it's above or it's under, it's an add-on if it's above or under, right? So this is, I'll go into the actual bootcamp videos. Other than that, TradingView, it is very powerful. I highly recommend you strongly get the pro package because you are able to do the replay on every single time frame. So let's say you start off on the weekly. From the weekly time frame, you can pretty much go down to the daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, pretty much every single time frame, so on and so forth. I probably don't recommend to backtest. Maybe in the beginning, depends where you are in your journey. I'm going to be completely transparent. I never, ever, ever backtested. Probably backtested 1 day in IML, 2 days in IML, and everything from that point forward was live because I don't think you guys understand I don't want to say it's a con, but it's so ineffective. We do this whole entire move right here. Oh yeah, you're buying resistance and support. You're playing it. Yup. Look how it's playing out. Look at all this happening. You guys need to understand. I have just clicked through in the matter of 5 seconds. I have completely clicked through 70 days worth of price action. You can't educate patience. You can't backtest patience. You can't transfer through a screen patience. This is only learned with live trading and learning your own patient tolerance. We all have more patience than others. We all have less patience than others. So I feel using the replay tool, it's going to be it's just going to mess with your psychology because you're going to get all of these trades perfectly. Or let's say you backtest 10 different setups and you win 5. But maybe those 5 setups took a month for you to get and the other 5 took a week. So you just had 10 trades in total in the matter of 5 minutes versus where it would actually take you 2 whole months to get those trade setups. So when you go to trade in the live markets, 2, 3, 4 days go by, you're like, damn, bro, the strategy doesn't work. I went and I back tested it and it worked. Yeah, man, it worked. But it worked with the replay. It's no way it's going to work that same speed ahead. So replay is cool. If maybe you just want to practice market structure, you guys will see that in the guided bootcamp videos on the only reason why I use the replay when you're looking up market structure. So let's say you don't know if this is bullish or bearish. Let's say you can't properly identify this because you're just confused. So you simply would just throw this replay here, and then you would be like, okay, cool, that's a higher high. This right here is a potential higher low. And then if this breaks above that level, then this, okay, so now this is a higher high, this is a higher low. So the only reason I use the replay is to mark up structure, but it won't be to back test a trade, or it won't be to anything like that. But again, these videos will make a little bit more sense in the near future. But other than that, there's pretty much nothing else to TradingView. I don't use any of these things here. I don't even know what any of this stuff means. I don't know, like, whatever this is. I just simply use this to cover up the trades. I mean, the pairs that I'm not actively trading. I don't use anything of this here. These notification things pop up all the time. I guess like people are, there's a community within TradingView. Super cool. I've never used it in my whole entire life. And yeah, other than that, there's no reason to get lost in here. I personally used to do little motivational quotes here on the side, like reminder notes, set and forget. It originally started on a note just like this. When I was taking my trades, let's say I was in a position, I would simply put it right next to the position and just put set and forget. Let it ride to your take profit or let it ride to your stop loss. You kind of have the same thing for you. Now it's turned into a sticky note that I'm looking at it right here under my monitor. But other than that, let's say you want some chart hygiene and you want to maybe, you know, clean up your chart a little bit. You simply just click this eye right here. Just delete everything temporarily if you want to see the chart a little bit cleaner. Just get some clarity, bring everything back. That's kind of how it looks. This is a measuring tool. This is how you can measure pips. As you can tell, this right here was 984 pips, and you can also measure time. So if you were to do it horizontal, you see right here, it says there's 35 bars on the weekly time frame, making it 245 days. So you can see that number moves as we obviously move it across. So if you want to measure how long this took and how many pips it was, you just simply go throughout the whole move. So notice this have 1,300 pips, took about 70 days. So just another measuring tool. I probably never use it in my whole entire life. Magnet, pointless. All of this is pointless. I never use the trash because I don't want to delete my charts ever. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much as of right now that you guys need to know on TradingView. Anything else will be in the next video. Again, I highly recommend you copy this exact same chart style. Yes, some of you guys might like the black background. Some of you guys might like the gray background. Whatever the case, it will not be as nearly effective if you have the same exact candlesticks and the same exact background as I have. I highly recommend it. So with that being said, let's get into the next videos, and we're getting into it, boys. So appreciate it, and I'll see you guys